Welcome back, Kevin's Mobile Repair. Got 2013 Hyundai Tucson doing a AC condenser and a AC compressor. Sorry, brain fart. So I'm going to show you an efficient way of doing both. You can do just the receiver dryer on these, but due to this age of this car, I just wanted to do the whole thing because there's likely some trash in here. I was getting some really funny readings and stuff on the high side when this thing was running. Compressor was kind of partially working. I suspected we have a clog in there, and you'd usually get a clog in there from either foreign contaminant, which unless you have the system open, it's not going to be there, or the AC compressor itself is deciding to come apart on the inside. Plus this clutch here, see how it's all rusty? That is usually indicative to the clutch, the magnetic clutch on the inside also getting ready to fail or whatever of that nature. And this is also a OEM compressor, so it's been on there for 10 years. So that's why I opted to do a compressor, whole condenser. So if there's any trash stuck, the condenser itself is going to get replaced. These holes, see these lines right here? They are really small on the inside. We're talking the size of like pencil lead. So even the smallest type of contaminant will get in there and just clog it up, and it'll cause all kind of different pressure problems, and just the system doesn't work real well because Freon can't go through, can't get cooled off, therefore it doesn't work. But anyways, that'll be a AC working problem that I will make videos on later on. But here we go. So it says you got to take off this whole front bumper assembly to do so, but I did not. I only need to take off half of it in order to get it out. So that way, as I usually say, less stuff, less problems. So up at the top, have a bunch of these little godforsaken, engineer hating mechanic clips. You're supposed to use a screwdriver to screw it out, and it comes out, and then that's it. But do they ever? No, not really. So you have a trim tool like yay to pop them out. Ones up at the top aren't going to be so bad because it's covered underneath the hood. You can get those off without that big of a problem. It's the ones underneath the car that have been subjected to all the rain. If you've had snow, dirt, debris, those are the ones that you're just going to hate your life. But up at the top, you're going to have quite a few around the area. 2 10s, one here, one here. Then this front half right here will come out. But it will not come out far enough in order for you to get the condenser out. So like I said, I take off the one side. There is a, where's it at? Right here. Somewhere right in this vicinity. When you stick your hand up through the wheel well area, you'll be able to see it and feel it. It's a screwdriver, Phillips screw. Take that out. A couple of those little nasty push pins around the fender well area, and then along the bottom you'll have your main trough. That main trough right there, which you don't have to take off to do an oil change. Good job. But to do any of the work underneath the vehicle, you do. So they got a bunch of clips underneath the bottom. I took off a majority of them, except for about 2 on the other side, so that way it stays hanging. But all those come off, come loose, come down. Once that does, then you're able to grab right here on the fender area. See, that's where that screw goes. You're able to pull, and it just slides right off. The whole thing just come off in this direction. And then once you do so, the condenser itself is easy to get to. You got 2 10s right there for your lines. Also make sure your Freon is already evacuated. In this case, it already was. Make sure your Freon's evacuated, because you take these off with that pressure under there and it will cause problems, especially if you're looking right at it and any of that stuff gets in your eyes. Not good. But 2 10s here. These studs on the one that I did have to be transferred over. This top one has a Phillips, this one does not, but you use a pair of pliers and just transfer that component. But for the condenser itself, these are little pull tabs. See, you pull it right here and it lifts up. The bottom one is just trough and just sits in. So being that this has never been off before, you get a screwdriver. I'll use whatever, but same principle. You just get a screwdriver, rotate it so that it does this, and then lift up at the same time, and it pops itself loose. The other side over here is a little more challenge, of course, because this is still attached, but you can get to it. Unless you just feel like taking the whole rest of the bumper off, that's completely up to you. Me, I don't. But pop both sides loose like that, lift it straight up, take it out, and it gets evacuated real quick. So do this part up here first, because this line right here goes to the AC compressor. That compressor, that line for that is really difficult to get to with the frame part. Put this up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I did that piece first, this piece first, to loosen everything up so that you can get to all the stuff underneath. Take your belt off. If you have mountain wrench, they would be perfect. This fits in here for the belt. It's kind of tight, but it works. This is a 17. You can also get a wrench in there, but you will not have a lot of torque to be able to yank it off. But belt tensioner tools work. Mountain wrench ratchets work real well, because for that, see that one right there? There's your belt tension. Got a lot of little or no room right there in between it, but like I said, it can be done. Take the belt loose. Compressor itself has, these are 12s, 4 12s. This line right here, I'll show you right here, that line right there with that bolt, that's gonna be your easiest one you can get to. That one not really so much, because everything is in the way. So what I did is take this line off right here, and those are also 12s. I used a ratchet with a deep 12, and I can get to it from this section over here and bust it loose. Take the line off, move the line out of the way a little bit, then you can gain also access to your other 2 12s that are up top. Disconnect your line, or sorry, disconnect your connector, which is right there. And once you've taken this, all the bolts and stuff out, kind of sits on a little bracket right here, which is awesome, so you don't have to fight with it getting it back in. But take everything out, drop it down, and that AC line will come with it. And in doing so, you can take it off outside of the car. It makes it easier instead of having to try and get right up in there to do so. You might be able to get to it from the top, but like I said, this thing's already coming out, so what's the point of having to fight and hassle with everything up top there? Oh, here you go, you can see your AC condenser. See these little clips right here? This just sits in, the bottom part just sits in, and the top part is what latches it in place. Take pack 46 oil, so when the compressor's out, you can drain the compressor, see how much Freon, or sorry, how much oil you have in it. You want to put the same amount going back in. Add a little bit more. Also add a little bit to your condenser when put it in, because you don't want to have these things dry. They will lock up a whole lot quicker than what you want. So the whole system takes 4.5 ounces, so I'd put in probably 2, 2.5, 3 tops, especially if nothing comes out of the compressor like it did on this one. So slap it all back together, do the same thing, reverse procedure, putting everything back in, charge the system back up. I tested it out obviously before I put everything back in. Here's our pressures at static. That shows you the system is full. I've already fired it up. This thing runs about 225 on the high side, about 35 on the low side. It's about 85 degrees out here. Fans kicked in, everything was stable. That's a good working air conditioning system in Georgia when the temperature the way it is. But I'm going to finish putting everything back together and get back to the customer. Any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know.